Good morning. Myself Varun Kumar, faculty, Business College of Physiotherapy. Today we will see about the topic called architectural barriers. So barriers itself, so something which they restrict our function. So in the architectural barriers, so the barriers, what are all the architectural one which restrict our gate, our functional tasks to complete. So introduction. So architectural barriers are the physical obstacles that limit the accessibility and mobility of an individual. So they affect individuals with disabilities, elderly people, and patients with mobility impairments. So usually the patient who is with the mobility impairment are can't able to go with the accessibility and the mobility because of the any obstacles or any form of obstacles that limit their functional one. So this is considered as the architectural barriers. So for that, we need to go with the barrier-free environments, improve the independence so that the patient will go with the more participations. So objectives of the barrier-free design. So once we have to go with the barrier-free design, so these are the consideration we have to follow. We need to promote accessibility and independence of the individual, and then we have to ensure whether the safety and mobility of the individual, and then we need to improve participation of the individual in the society, and then we have to enhance the quality of life of an individual, and then we have to support the universal design principles. So list of the common architectural barriers. So for the patient with disability, so there will be a stairs without a ramp. So this one is also a architectural barrier. If patient having a narrow doorway, so they can not able to access the wheelchair. So this is also one of the architectural barrier. Uneven flooring, patient can't able to walk without any fear of fall. So these are also an architectural barrier. Lack of elevator, the elderly people can't able to use the stairs. Then poorly designed toilets and pathways. So we need to go with the modified one. So these are the common architectural barriers where the patient feels about a physical restriction to individual independence of the accessibility and mobility. So barriers in public buildings. In different public buildings, what are all will be the barriers for the patient means there will be inaccessible entrances, absence of the handrails, improved signage, so non-accessible washrooms, and then the limited wheelchair access. So these are all the things where the patient feels the physical obstacles for their accessibility. So we see about the barriers at home, there will be high door thresholds, slippery floors, inadequate bathroom support, poor lighting, and then there will be a lack of space for entering with the mobility aids. So these are all the barriers or the physical obstacles where the patient feels at their home in order to accessibility and mobility. So accessibility features. So what will be the features we have to done for their accessibility means we have to go with the ramp with the handrails. Then we have to go with the wider doorways so that they can able to access with the wheelchairs or any form of mobility aids. So elevators and lift for so we people with can't able to stair climb, we can go with the modified of the elevators and lifts, and then accessible toilets. So if patient having a arthritis problem or some other reasons, we need to go with the accessibility for their toilet activities, and then non-slippering floor. So why non-slippery floor means for avoiding the fall, and then make the patient to walk properly. So what are all the assistive devices used to do means wheelchairs, walkers and crutches, grab bars, stair lifts, mobility scooters. So what will be the architectural modification we need to go for the accessibility of the patient means we have to install the more ramps, modify their bathrooms, improve the lighting facilities, providing the railings, then widening the pathways and their entrances. So what will be the challenges we can face means high cost for the modification, lack of awareness how we need to modify, then limited accessibility in the rural areas, and then poor implementation of the standard quality. So these are will be the challenges we can able to face during the architectural barriers. So in recent advances, they have the latest technologies. So we can go with the smart home technologies, sensor based accessibility systems, automatic doors, voice controlled devices, Then AI-based navigation support. So these are the recent advances for patient to go with the accessibility. So this will be the in-class assessment. At the end of the class, they need to know about architectural barriers, any two accessibility features, and any two common architectural barriers. So this is the mind map, which shows the clear about the architectural barriers and the importance of architectural barriers and the use of the architectural barriers. So thank you.